You are sitting at your kitchen table on the first of the month. You open your banking app. You send $2,100 to your landlord. The money leaves your account in 3 seconds. That same day, your landlord takes your payment and walks into a bank. He does not pocket it. He does something way smarter. He shows the bank 12 months of rent payments just like yours. The bank smiles and hands him a loan for property number 7. You just funded your landlord's next investment, and you have no idea it happened. Have you ever wondered why your landlord keeps buying more properties while your savings account stays flat? Have you ever felt like renting is throwing money into a black hole with nothing to show for it? Here is what nobody in real estate wants you to understand. Your rent is not just covering their mortgage. It is building their empire. Every single month, you hand over proof of income that lets them borrow hundreds of thousands more, while your net worth stays at 0. While you wait for permission to paint a wall. While you wonder if you will ever own anything. By the end of this video, you will see exactly how this system works and why it is designed to keep you renting forever. If you pay $2,100 a month in rent for 10 years, you will hand over $252,000. Your landlord will turn that into 3 more properties. You will own nothing. He will own everything. And the bank will help him do it with your money. I used to rent a 1-bedroom apartment for $1,850 a month. I thought I was being smart. No maintenance costs, no property taxes, total flexibility. 3 years later, I had paid $66,600 in rent. My landlord had bought 2 more buildings. I had 0 equity, and rent went up to $2,150. That is when I discovered the equity arbitrage loop. And once I saw it, I could not unsee it. You are not paying for housing. You are paying for someone else to get richer while you stand still. This is not about blame. This is not about you making bad choices. This is about a system that profits from keeping you exactly where you are. And here is the part that made me angry. The system is not hidden. It is just never explained to renters. Every landlord knows this. Every real estate investor uses this. Every bank encourages this. But nobody tells you while you are signing that lease. So let me show you exactly how it works, step by step, with real numbers, starting right now. Let's say my rent is $2,100 a month. My landlord's mortgage on my unit is $1,400. That leaves $700 before expenses. Property taxes, insurance, and maintenance eat about $300. That means $400 pure profit every single month from just my unit. But here is where it gets wild. That $400 profit is not the real game. The real game is what the bank sees. The bank does not just see $400 profit. The bank sees $2,100 in verified monthly income every single month. On paper. And this is the part that almost made me sick when I learned it. That verified income becomes collateral. My landlord takes 12 months of my rent payments to the bank. The bank calls it proof of cash flow. With that proof, the bank will loan him 75% of the value of another property, sometimes more if his credit is good. So my $2,100 a month just helped him borrow $240,000 for his next property, without him spending a dime of his own money. He buys that property. He rents it out. That new rent payment becomes proof of even more income, and the loop starts again. That is the equity arbitrage loop, and it never stops. Now, let's say my landlord owns 6 units. Each one brings in $2,100 a month. That is $12,600 in total monthly rent. He walks into the bank with $151,200 in annual rental income on paper. The bank treats him like royalty. They offer him a loan for 3 more properties. He puts down 20% using the equity from the first 6. The bank covers the rest. In 2 years, he owns 9 properties. In 5 years, he owns 15, all funded by renters like me. Meanwhile, I am still renting unit number 3. My net worth is still 0. And I just got a notice that rent is going up another $150. This is not theory. This is exactly how real estate wealth gets built in America, every single day. The wealth gap between renters and owners is not about income. It is about access to leverage. Landlords use your payment as leverage to borrow more. You cannot. Your rent does not count as proof you can afford a mortgage, even though you are paying more per month than a mortgage would cost. Even though you have never missed a payment in 5 years. The system is designed to reward ownership and punish renting. And nobody tells you this before you sign that lease. Let me show you what this looks like over 10 years. Let's say my rent is $2,100 a month. I pay it every month, never late. After 10 years, I have paid $252,000. I own nothing. My net worth from housing is zero. My landlord took that same $252,000 in verified income and turned it into equity in 4 properties. Those 4 properties appreciated in value. His net worth went up by $340,000, using my money as leverage. And here is the thing nobody warned me about. The longer you rent, the harder it gets to stop renting. Because while you are renting, home prices are going up. Your rent is going up, but your savings are not keeping pace. Every year you wait, the down payment you need gets bigger. The gap between renting and owning gets wider. Meanwhile, your landlord is using your payment to close that same gap for himself, faster every single year. This is why 65% of wealth in America is tied to real estate, and why renters are falling further behind every decade. You are not failing. The system is working exactly as designed, and the design is not in your favor. Now, let me show you the part that made me finally take action. The opportunity cost. Let's say I paid $2,100 in rent. A mortgage on the same place would be $1,850 a month, including taxes and insurance. That means I am paying $250 more per month to own nothing. That is $3,000 a year. That is $30,000 over 10 years. But it gets worse. In those 10 years, if I owned, I would have built $89,000 in equity from appreciation and paydown. So renting did not just cost me $30,000 extra. It cost me $119,000 in total opportunity for 1 decade. And my landlord captured every single dollar of that opportunity because I handed it to him every month. This is not about shame. This is about seeing the machine clearly so you can make a different choice. Because once you understand the equity arbitrage loop, you realize you have 2 options. Option 1, stay in the loop as the renter. Keep funding someone else's wealth while yours stays flat. Option 2, find a way into ownership. Even if it is small, even if it takes sacrifice. Because the loop works for owners. Let me be clear, buying a home is hard. Down payments are brutal. Closing costs are real. I am not pretending this is easy, but paying rent for 30 years is harder. And at the end of 30 years of renting, you still own nothing. At the end of 30 years of owning, even a modest home, you own an asset worth $400,000 or more. That asset becomes your retirement, your safety net, your kids' college fund, your freedom. But here is the question nobody asks. What if you cannot afford to buy where you live right now? Then you have another choice. Move somewhere you can afford. Buy smaller. Buy further out. Buy something. Because owning a $180,000 condo 60 miles away builds more wealth than renting a $2,400 apartment downtown. You are allowed to prioritize wealth over convenience. You are allowed to make the hard choice now for freedom later. So let's bring it all together. You pay rent. Your landlord uses that rent as proof of income. The bank gives him a loan. He buys another property. That property generates more rent. More rent equals more loans. The equity arbitrage loop never stops. You stay outside the loop. Your wealth stays flat. His wealth compounds. All funded by your monthly payment. Over 10 years, you hand over $252,000 and own nothing. He turns it into $340,000 in equity across multiple properties. Remember when I asked why your landlord keeps getting richer while you stay stuck? Now you know exactly why. Everything I just showed you is one system. A system that rewards owners and punishes renters. A system that uses your money to build someone else's empire. But now you see it, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And that changes everything, because now you can make a different choice. You can find a way into ownership. You can stop funding someone else's retirement. It will not be easy. It will require sacrifice. But staying in the loop for 30 years is harder. If you take action today and buy something in the next 2 years, in 10 years, you will have $90,000 in equity. If you keep renting for 10 more years, you will have zero equity and will have paid $252,000 for the privilege of owning nothing. You came here wondering why your landlord keeps getting richer. You leave knowing the exact system that makes it happen, and that is power nobody can take from you. Open your banking app right now. Look at last month's rent payment. That number is your starting point. If you learned something today, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. See you in the next one.